What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got the Michigan vs. Indiana preview, as we're going to be going over everything you guys need to know about both these teams heading into this matchup. Going to be going over the keys to the game for both teams, and we're also going to be going over if Indiana even has a chance in this one. I'm also going to be giving my prediction to the game. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so it is the number 2 ranked Wolverines, 6-0, coming into this one, taking on the 2-3 Indiana Hoosiers, as they are coming off of a bye week. We're going to go ahead and get right into this one. So first off, the spread right now is Michigan favorited to win 33.5. Now that might change by the time I post this video, but nonetheless, the spread is big, and we're going to be going over why in this video. Right now though, the ESPN matchup predictor has Michigan winning with a 96.6% chance to win, Indiana just 3.4% chance. So I do want to go over a little overview of how both teams have played out up to this point this season. Michigan, they have handled business. They are one of the most dominant teams in college football, if not the most dominant team, and they are coming off of their 2 best wins of the season, both of them on the road, as they beat Nebraska 45-7, and they beat Minnesota last weekend 52-10. Indiana, on the other hand, they are struggling. It has been a struggle for them this season, and they're coming off of one of their worst losses of the season, as Maryland beat them 44-17. Now they did have a bye week, but I don't think that's going to matter in this game. You know, the talent gap between Michigan and Indiana this season is just far too much, and spoiler alert, there is going to be no upset in this game. Indiana, they probably could be 1-4 this season, as obviously their only 2 wins in the season is an overtime, 4th overtime win against Akron 29-7, and then they beat Indiana State 41-7. Indiana very well should have and could have lost that Akron game. Then they lost to Ohio State 23-3 to open the season. Their defense played pretty good in the first half. Their offense is just terrible this year though. And then against Louisville, they went down 21-0, had a little comeback going, but they couldn't get it done. They lost 21-14, and against Maryland, it was just complete domination from Maryland. So we're going to go ahead preview Indiana's offense, as their offense, they have just been struggling in games this season. Your first look at the game against Ohio State, they had a total of 153 yards. That is it. And even against Akron, they only had 282 yards. Akron actually had 474 total yards. You know, coming into this one, Michigan has one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in all of college football. They rank 3rd in total defense, and of course they rank number 1 in scoring defense, not even averaging of giving up a touchdown a game. So this is definitely going to be Indiana's offense best challenge yet against arguably the best defense in all of college football this season. But Indiana, their likely starting quarterback is Taven Jackson, who on the season is 71 of 115 with 862 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Now, Taven Jackson could be on a short leash. However, Tom Allen said that Jackson is still the starter, but I will say one guy to look out for as a playmaker for Indiana's offense, that is their running back, Jalen Lucas. On the season, he has 49 carries, 212 yards, and 2 touchdowns. However, he is also a receiver threat, as he has 19 receptions for 140 yards and a touchdown on the season. He can hurt you just as much as a receiver, so something to keep an eye on if you're the Michigan defense. Now, Indiana's leading wide receiver is Cam Camper. He has 13 receptions for 249 yards and a touchdown. But Indiana's offense, you know, like I've said, they have struggled all season long. You know, if they want a chance against this Michigan team, and if they want to have success against this Michigan defense, they have to, you know, get a player like Jalen Lucas, who is very dynamic, get him out in space, and you kind of just gotta, you know, call plays and put players in their position better where they can go out and make a play. Now, I will say Indiana, they seem more like they could have success passing the ball. They aren't really that great running the ball this season. In fact, they're actually averaging 3 yards a carry right now, so not very good on the ground game. I do expect them to, pass the ball. If they're going to have success, it's probably going to be through the air against Michigan's defense. So that's a little preview on Indiana's offense. Previewing Indiana's defense, they just allowed 44 points to Maryland coming off of their worst performance. Now, the one thing with Indiana, they have given up a lot of big home run plays. Like the Louisville game, there was an 80-yard touchdown pass, and then even in the Akron game, they gave up a 71-yard touchdown run, and against Maryland, they gave up a lot of big plays. So that's something they gotta fix against Michigan, because Michigan has way too many weapons, way too many dynamic players that can go out and make big plays. So that's something that Indiana's gonna have to fix. Now, one thing, Indiana's defensive secondary, the top 5 corners from last year who played, they all left. So they're all new guys in the secondary. Same thing with safety, not as much of an overhaul, but a lot of new faces for this Indiana team. And obviously, that secondary, they have gotten shredded like against Maryland. So now that brings us to the preview of Michigan's offense. And the keys to the game for Michigan's offense against Indiana's defense is, first off, control line of scrimmage. We did see Indiana at the beginning of the year against Ohio State. They stopped Ohio State on 3rd and short, 4th and short a lot. However, Ohio State has struggled in those situations. But I think Michigan's offense, they should be fine in this one. Another key, big plays. Indiana, they've given up a lot of big plays, and if you're Michigan, you just want to get off to a hot and fast start in this one and just keep cruising. I do expect Michigan to probably sit their starters again by the end of the 3rd quarter, and I just ultimately think that Michigan's offense with J.J. McCarthy's running ability is going to be way too much, and they have Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, Kalel Mullings running the rock with one of the best offensive lines in the country, and then they have tight ends like A.J. Barner and Colston Loveland, who are big targets for J.J. McCarthy, and then obviously Roman Wilson, Cornelius Johnson. I expect them both to have big games in this one. And as far as Michigan's defense goes, the one thing that I think they will have to stop is Indiana's passing game, and that is frankly it. I think Michigan's defense will have another dominant game in this one, especially if they can get to the quarterback and rush the quarterback like they were against Minnesota. They will be perfectly fine. And Michigan's run defense, one of the best in the country, which I think will make Indiana probably a one-dimensional offense when they go up against them. Now, the one injury update we do have on Michigan's defense is Mason Graham. He will be playing, however, he will be in the club. He will probably be wearing the club on his hand for the next few games here. But I do want to hear you guys' predictions to this game. I will say, I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think Michigan's defense will outscore Indiana's offense? Meaning, do you think Michigan's defense will score more points? They did that against Minnesota last weekend. They outscored Minnesota's offense 14-10 as they had 2 pick sixes. So let me know what you guys think about that. But Michigan should be able to steamroll Indiana here, and I do believe they cover the spread, even though it is very, very high at 33.5. So let me know in the comment section down below your guys' score predictions to this one and what you guys think will happen in this one. I think Michigan's gonna win this one 45-0. That's right, I am calling for the shutout. I think Michigan's defense will have a chance to finally do it this season. They've been close in some games. Some teams have scored really late in the game, so I think Michigan's defense might get it done here in this game against Indiana. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Other than that, that is going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.